So here only at FanFes, FanFes has grown and thrived thanks to the talented and dedicated artists, creators, and cosplayers who have been eagerly presenting their creations inside and outside of FanFes. Let's get to know more about them here at Think Talk. Ayan, so I'm encouraging everyone to please take part by listening to our discussion. So Think Talk is a venue for engaging discussions about important issues with our panel of experts who will then share their experiences, give tips and tricks, and take questions from you, our audience. Today's topic is boothing in another world. Cosplayers have risen in prominence over the past decade along with the exponential growth of community of fans around them. Along with their popularity, demand for their photos and merchandise, and basically opportunities for meet and greets have increased phenomenally. And this has necessitated and allowed cosplayers to acquire space and booths at events to cater to the demand of their fans locally and abroad. So today we are thrilled to have an exceptional panel of experts joining us for this discussion to get a glimpse of how cosplayers booth internationally, not just locally, but I'm talking about outside of the country. Alright, now let's proceed for our esteemed panel for today's talk. First up, we have a prominent cosplayer who has won many solo and group cosplay competitions and has since moved on to being a guest cosplayer, performer, and judge at numerous events in Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and in the Philippines. She has become the official cosplayer for various famous online games, as well as being a costume brand model for Poland. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to Diane Zabandeja! Say hi for everyone as well. Hello. Okay, you may now take your seat. Thank you very much for gracing your presence. Okay, let's move on with our next panelist. She has been cosplaying for more than a decade and truly has a passion for transformation and meeting new friends in this hobby. She is one of the official cosplayers for 𝐼𝐸 and Tower of Fantasy. Any fans of 𝐼𝐸 and Tower of Fantasy around here? Okay, I can see a few hands because let's put our hands together for Pom Pom Me! Hi, welcome to the stage, Pom Pom Me! You may now take your seat to say hi to our beloved audience. Okay, rounding off our panel is an internationally recognized cosplayer and video creator who once represented Singapore at World Cosplay Summit. She has since worked with prestigious tech brands and game titles, and she has been invited all over the world for events and conventions. Everyone, please give your warmest Filipino welcome to Reed! Okay, it's so nice having our esteemed panel for today's talk. Thank you for gracing your presence here on the very stage of FanFes 2025. Now, I'm sure you guys have heard of what Think Talk is about, and I'm sure our audience is very curious too as to what we'll be tackling today. So without further ado, may we proceed with our first question? Yes, yes, no. If not, let's actually just leave. So yes.
That is the truth.
Can you repeat that for like the whole class to hear?
Oh, thank you. Can you repeat?
Okay, alright, with that, let's proceed with our first question. Okay, let's round off, starting off the bat with our first question. Anyone is free to answer here. Where did you have your first booth that was not in your home country? So outside of your country. So anyone can answer first.
Sorry?
Where was your first booth? Where? Which country?
Booth.
Yes. Where did you
No,
first
guest. Guest or booth? I think among the cosplayers, guesting and boothing
Yes,
is
yes,
two
yes,
different
yes.
things.
Yeah.
So guesting usually we have people
Well,
to
I
take
guess
care of.
boothing. More on boothing.
So boothing.
Yes, boothing.
Boothing for me would be in Malaysia.
Malaysia.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Because Singapore, Malaysia, it's really near. I could go by land.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How long has this been? Which year was this?
Actually, quite recent.
A trip down memory lane.
I know it's after COVID.
Oh, so this is like during
20
pandemic then, or post pandemic? Yeah,
22.
post pandemic.
Was yours also? Is yours also 2022?
Yeah, not to.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now actually,
No one
that,
can hear you.
Yes, I forgot I have the mic. Yeah, around 2022.
now, yeah. You, how about
After
you?
the
Also?
lockdown.
Mine was in Singapore.
Ooh.
𝒂𝒄𝒂𝒄𝒂𝒄,
Oh.
yeah, 2020.
2020. Oh, so that's
My first outside of the country guesting.
Wow. Oh,
Mine was just last year.
last
No,
year.
within this.
Within this year or
It was before my birthday, so that
before
was
your
last
birthday?
year.
So that was last year. Okay. All right. So maybe just a little question for you guys. How was the experience? So let's just keep this brief. Like, what did you out of what you expected, or was it totally within your expectations? Like, how was it for you guys, especially for your first time?
For me, I had a hard time because it depends on the country. If they welcome someone international cosplayer. As for me, we had a language barrier. That was one hard.
All right. Yeah, the
thing we
language
had.
barrier. Yes,
Yeah.
that's like our number one enemy for those boothing outside. Yeah. So language barrier was one of them. Aside from language barrier, what was among the other obstacles that you encountered?
I guess when it comes to boothing, we bring a lot of merchandise.
Yes. It's always like the baggages
And then
yeah.
there would be some questioning sometimes.
Oh yes, lots of
Then
questioning
you
for
have to
sure.
explain to them like, oh, I'm a cosplay. What's a cosplay? And
What's a cosplay?
I dress up like made costume. No, like game character. Like they use your photos, and then you're in no makeup, and then you're like, this is my instinct.
This is me, and they're like,
And yeah.
Okay.
it's like, okay, catfish. like, it's okay, that's the essence of cosplaying after all. It's always the shape shifting. So yes, we do get questioned a lot in that sort of sense. Like, that's you? For real? Is that actually you? So yeah, also that's another obstacle to look out for. And how about you? Did you have any obstacles with that?
Mine was last year in Malaysia. I don't know. When they pay, they usually use online payment. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I only accept cash, so it's so hard for me because I even went to Malaysia without online. What do you call that? You buy it online and then you have
just-
an internet all throughout your stay. I don't
yes.
even have that.
Oh,
So, because I really don't know. It's my first time in Malaysia last year, so oh my god, how do they pay that? I don't have that on my phone. Can I just
no.
accept cash? But that was the time they were strict.
Right.
Because
Pandemic.
that's after the pandemic.
Yes,
so
yes.
they actually encourage online payment, right? So that was hard for me at first, but
Yeah.
then Mom Jewel, my mother Kato, actually helped me. So she,
Shout out to you, man. Where's
shout out
Miss
to my
Jewel?
mother.
Miss Jewel.
Mother from another mother.
Mother
From another
mother.
world.
Yeah.
And so she helped me and assist me and told the people on my booth to just pay on cash if it's okay.
Right, yeah.
So-
Yeah, so also that's another thing, like currency. Currency is very, very hard to also handle when you're also there. And actually, now that we're talking about all of these unexpected or challenges, let's actually point it out in experience of boosting aside from just the other challenges that you experience. So in your experience in boosting in another country, what was the most unexpectedly challenging thing that you had to go through to have a booth at an event in a different country? So I think in this kind of sense, is it something along with the convention system, or is it something along with how language barrier is one of them, or just things that you just have to secure for your booth? Are there any challenges that you encountered aside from what you guys mentioned? You can have a quick story time or lore drop if you
Yeah, as
like.
what Marie said earlier, the merch Right.
merchandise?
So what I did is I contacted a printing services there in Malaysia.
Oh, wow.
So I have my prints there.
Okay.
So when I go here back to the Philippines, it's more expensive.
Oh.
But it's okay. It's okay actually. I just make sure that I have prints there, and it's easier for me for the baggage. So I use their printing services there in Malaysia.
So you can just like claim it there, like less baggage. Yeah. Wait. Now speaking of that, like just a small follow-up question. Now that you actually had something foreign, like you had to contact a foreign, like you had to contact a foreign business for it. Was the quality like any different from how you wanted it to appear from like your own merchandise? And that's actually pretty tricky, especially cosplayers also have to have like that sort of like product. So like, how was it when you had it done?
Oh yes, I'm so keen with the printing.
Right.
I do my own layouts, so it took me like months or even weeks to finalize everything. I want to make sure that everything, the size is correct. So actually, the printing there in Malaysia was better for me because they provided me all the details that I need in order for me to have the exact output or merch that I want to sell. Because they have more choices there, because they're more prone to like doing merchandise in Malaysia.
Yeah, they're more used to it. Yeah.
Parang they are the mother of photo books in Malaysia.
Who did you end up going to?
I don't know the name, but my friend
Individual, like a individual guy, or was it like they had
individual guy. Oh yeah. You're familiar? I think you know.
Backstage.
Backstage.
Yeah. So they'll have a small view backstage, everyone. So yeah, so noted. Yes, noted. That's noted. Okay. So maybe you guys have anything to add aside from like the challenges that you have to go through when you're, at that process of boothing in another country, aside from like, custom-wise or like airport-wise.
I think I have to agree with earlier when Diane said that, especially this generation, we always pay through online.
Yes.
So when I went to Thailand, most of the people are asking if I have
Cashless.
Yeah, cashless payment.
Yeah.
And we were having a hard time because most people there just use a QR.
So is it like that? Do you just tap it?
Yeah, they just tap it.
Oh, that kind of system. Yeah.
So you won't really expect that your sales will be much.
Yes, because of like the lack of payment methods. Yeah.
Because they don't bring cash anymore. Like here, we can relate in the Philippines, we don't usually bring cash anymore as well.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons when it's so hard to put outside.
Yeah. No, I think another factor as to why cashless payments became a thing was because of the pandemic. And like from since then, I think it just spiraled from there to like cashless payments becoming more prominent and more convenient. But cash is still a thing, of course, but it's slowly it's slowly descending from there as we are going into a more digital age. So, and yeah, as for Reed, maybe you have something that you'd like to share on what challenge that you encountered.
Honestly, surprisingly, other than this cash thing,
Just really the cash, yeah.
Other than that, I feel like it's quite universal, like how the event cultures are, like in terms of setup rules and the booth sizes,
right,
and what the congoers expect.
Yeah,
it's actually quite similar. So other than the money and traveling, everything else is just like at home. Nothing much different.
Yeah.
One more. Immigration.
Oh,
yeah. I was.
Okay.
Yeah, you have experience
it
with
seems
immigration.
that you guys have something to talk about.
Immigration.
So okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it about immigration. What's happening?
Yeah, I was stopped in Singapore. That's why I didn't booth for a while in Singapore. I said no because I was stopped in Singapore. They have additional interviews, follow-up interviews before I get through. Because the immigration personnel didn't know about cosplay, so I have to explain everything. But then they still don't believe it. So I show them pictures already, but they still don't believe it's an event or something. They think it's just like at-home costume thing. Oh yeah. So I have to explain everything, and then I need to contact my friends as well there to show them that it's real or to have a proof with the event.
Like friends in Singapore.
Yeah. And one time also in Indonesia, I was stopped at the immigration because my baggage, there's a head on my baggage. You know, we always bring the mannequin head.
You're gonna explain to people who don't travel.
I swear it's not a real person. I
Actually,
swear.
their eyes go round and then I go, oh no, it's the head. They have on the head.
Cosplayers, we travel with a foam head sometimes.
Foam head.
I don't know what head do you travel with. Wait, what head do you travel
What
with?
head did you bring?
Mannequin head.
No, I'm gonna question you as well.
Sorry. Okay, next time I'll bring foam head.
Yeah.
I always bring a mannequin head because it's bigger.
Like, is this like the fully painted, like kind
yeah,
of
with the
eyes?
makeup. So they really thought like, okay, I think I know it is. So
Yeah.
maybe next time I'll just do a hand carry, right? So I just show them
hand
the
carry.
right.
Yeah, that's actually another option.
I'm being so sus, you know.
This is being suspicious and being saucy. So like I think the point here is that if you go through immigration, you have to be in cosplay for them to believe you. Like you just have to come in there, say, "Yep, this is me." Yeah. Yes. Note to self as well. Bring a foam head instead of
The mannequin head.
a mannequin.
I'm
head.
learning a lot.
Learning a lot, yeah. So how about you guys? Do you have any other like problems with immigration aside from the mannequin head fiasco that we just had heard earlier? Do you guys have any other problems? So aside from the baggage or something, does it have to do something with like, do you have any connections in the country that you're about to enter? Like, I'm sure they're very particular about that. Like, or is there nothing else that you know?
Not to say.
Nothing.
I'm a privileged Singaporean.
Privileged
So sorry.
Singaporean. Hashtag
I'm
privileged.
sorry for being Filipino.
So oh my god, so she
Sorry
really
for being
said
Filipino.
Reese really said skill issue. Skill issue. Yeah, she really said skill issue. Ouch.
Suddenly, my Pinoy pride depleted.
Pinoy pride depleted. Oh no, kababayan points ba? Okay, all right, and I think we can proceed to our next question. Thank you guys so much. I'm sure everyone here was as curious as to what you guys encountered. Let's move on to our next question. Where was the farthest location that you were able to booth in? Like, far, what's far from your country? This is very subjective, but like, let's base it from like your country. What was like the farthest one?
So far, it's only one.
Only one, yeah.
For now, for now.
Yeah, only one. Yeah, for now.
It's Thailand. Welcome to Thailand!
Thailand, sawadee ka.
Sawadee ka! Khakun ka!
The land of milk tea.
The land of beautiful people.
Yeah. So Thailand. So that's just your one and only so far in Thailand.
But
So
I will have more this year.
woo, more boozing internationally for Pom
Why are you coming to me?
No, I'm just excited because I'll be with you. In a few months, I'll be
Yeah.
with her.
So you guys will have a bit of a reunion soon.
Yeah,
Nice.
a reunion.
Oh wow! Nice. That's perfect. Okay, so how about you, Reef? Is there any like the farthest place that you've ever been to for boozing?
By distance, it would be Australia. I was there at Smash.
Oh.
But by travel time would be this smaller town in Indonesia. Like it was a 2 or 3 hour flight.
Oh.
And then after we got off the flight, it was a 4 or 5 hour drive from the airport.
Oh my goodness. So that's
Yeah.
like 8 hours.
So yeah, by travel time, that's the further one. But by distance,
like by distance, Australia. Okay, wait. I'm kind of curious now. Like, what made you have to go through that sort of transportation in Indonesia? Like for 8 hours?
it was a guest kind of situation. So the town wanted me to be there, and then I guess the organizers just thought I was easier to work with. Like I would say okay to anything.
Because Indonesia is actually like different islands, so
Yeah,
some of the
yeah.
people have to travel to Jakarta or so it's like
Right,
Philippines
right.
actually. So that's why there is a land trip and also flight in
right.
Indonesia.
Oh, that place was really quite far out of the way. They were trying to build up a new community for cosplay.
Right.
So
It's like a new community.
Yeah.
Very small then, yeah.
it's a very small place,
Yeah.
but it was within the same land. It just so
Oh,
happened
okay.
that because it's so far out there, and then people really want to make things happen.
Yeah.
So they found someone that's easier to say
Wow.
okay, and I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go.
Let's go.
Maybe we're
Read
not.
the Explorer.
Very
Yes.
outgoing.
Very outgoing, yes, yes, very outreaching actually. So yeah, put yourself out there. Yeah, let's get that. Yeah, get that bread. Yeah, let's get that. Let's get that. Okay, and as for you, Diane, maybe you have.
I think same travel time, Indonesia. But actually we dropped by in Singapore because we have like continuous event. So another event in Singapore. And that night we traveled to Indonesia where the mannequin head happened. Yeah, that's why. And then
Core
after
memory.
yeah, and it is an outdoor event actually. It's my first time in Indonesia that time. And then I became a millionaire.
Wow.
Because no, the value of money there is like, diba?
Share mo na.
Not
Share it.
not millionaire
Share
na
your
peso.
blessings, share your
Not millionaire na peso. It's their currency there is actually if they pay like for example if they buy like one merch or one print, it's 100,000.
Oh wow.
They have like a small
Oh,
value
that's-
in money. So
that's a really crazy
it's 100,000 just one print. It's like 250 pesos here.
Whoa.
So when you go there, it became so rich. Yeah. So it's just the value actually.
Yeah, just pretend the value doesn't exist. Right?
Yeah.
Just
I have to
whatever you
millionaire
see on
today.
that paper. Yeah.
But then
that's
you go
average.
home, when you exchange it,
Cry.
welcome back. Welcome back.
Yes, a grim
Welcome back
reminder.
to the Philippines, yeah.
A grim reminder.
If I will visit Indonesia, I will have a hard time. I'm bad at math.
Yeah. Oh, girl math. Yes.
Whatever
Girl
amount you will
math.
pay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
pay.
just keep the change.
Okay, the change.
Yeah, so I think that's also another thing. We're gonna need to have a calculator at this one. It's a very essential thing.
Yeah, it's
With-
essential to have an assistant
Yes,
every
very.
evening, right?
I agree. I completely agree with you. Like, it's scary out there if you're out there alone because you don't know what would happen. You're in a foreign country. You have no idea where to go to.
Yeah, because events have their own security, right? That
Yes.
they've at the convention hall. But for cosplayers, if you do boothing, you should also have or secure a security or assistant to make sure that everything is secured.
Yeah, and like also like
For all the
safety
consent.
and like
Yeah.
getting onto your like requirements and like what was any sort of
Visa.
specifications. Yes.
Yeah, for
Visa
example,
as well.
Malaysia, you need a visa there to work or to have a booth.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, that's also an issue. Like customs again, and immigration when it comes to visa is also one of those obstacles. So yeah, thank you for telling me, guys, on the farthest locations that you've ever been to. So I hope you guys enjoyed a good time there, especially in Australia too. So Smash, yes, Smash. Yeah. Smash. Yeah.
Wood.
What? Sorry.
Wood smash?
Wood smash.
Wood smash. Wood smash. Gotta keep everyone in the loop.
Yeah.
Smash.
Yeah, would smash, and I think we can smash on to the next question. Yes, smash. Yes, move to the next question. Okay, thank you guys so much. Let's move to the next question. That yes, this is still about like custom wise. We're talking about baggage once again. So given the baggage weight limits, not just in the airport but also transporting to and from the venue, how do you decide which type of merchandise will you sell at your booth? Like, you have to like plan out your merchandise or catalog, yes. So how do you like strategize that, especially given the, limitations and the baggage, that sort of stuff. So maybe you guys can share a bit regarding that.
Not gonna lie, you have to know your audience as well.
Yes.
Some
The fan
people-
base in
the fan
the
base.
country, yeah.
You have to know, for example, like in Thailand, they also like Nikkei.
Yes.
So I was able to bring more merch of Nikkei.
Nikkei, yeah.
And I don't know. I just brought Nikkei, as that's my forte, and some Hoi games as well. You really have to know the fan base of that country, and if it's allowed to sell that type of merch.
Oh, okay. So like in this sort of sense, in franchise wise, like how about like material wise? Like of course prints is one of them. So how about other things? Like do you sell other things like aside from like just prints? Like maybe keychains or other very niche or just not common to prints. Like what else of like merchandise?
I feel like cosplayer merchandise are rather standardized because our fan base are looking for those things.
Yes,
Like the fans
yes.
collect those things.
Yes,
So you don't want to
collector
make
things.
things that's too crazy. crazy out of their
Yes.
comfort zone.
Yes.
So it does end up being, other than prints, photo book is right now good.
Photo book, yeah.
Yeah, I think photo book is a bit more popular among
Yeah.
the people
Yeah.
I know. And then like some people do postcards,
Yeah, postcards.
and there are people who just entirely just give up and just go Polaroid.
Yeah, so like, okay, I actually got a bit more curious on the photo book because as we know, photo books can get a little heavy and everything. So how, like in that sort of context, how much quantity do you have to bring if you were to bring like photo books for these sort of events?
As much as your
As
luggage
much-
space gives
As
you.
much as okay, this is like a hot seat question for you, Ree. Is like what was like the biggest amount for you to like store your photo books for?
It's actually hard to say because it really depends on a lot of things. How
Yes.
thick is the photo book? My thinnest photo book is like 20 pages,
Oh.
and my thickest is like 80 pages.
80?
Yeah, so it's like
80 pages on a photo book?
Yeah.
That's
So it really
crazy.
depends. If
Wow.
obviously the 20 pages one I can bring like 50 or like more than that.
How happy
But
was
then,
that for you?
but then like so when it comes to the 80 page one, like the max I brought was like 10 because any more than that it's just
Yeah, yeah. Hard to carry.
That's heavy.
Yeah, you need to be
Yeah.
buff. Yeah, buff. You have to
it's
be
like we travel. I think most of the time we all get like 40
workout. Yeah,
kilograms.
you guys get a little workout after all of that.
Get the heaviest baggage for
Get a
travel.
heavy. I think the heaviest is the common heaviest is like 40, right? I had it.
Yeah, 40.
I mean, it's
But you
hard
bring
to-
many baggages.
Yeah. You
Many
bring your
for-
costume, your merch, your makeup, your
yeah.
personal items.
Yeah, and like imagine if your costume was like bulky and everything, so that's like extra baggage for
That
you.
is a lot.
So yeah, we also need an assistant for that one, of course. So yeah, it's always best to have an assistant with you.
That's our best workout.
Yeah, but for me, I actually so happy to know about the checky. The checky
the
is
checky.
the easiest, the lightest merch I ever encountered. Thanks again to my mother cat, even if she doesn't accept me there at the front. Yeah, actually, checky in Malaysia, it was my first time. So Mom Jewel showed me that I have to buy it, and she has signed it to make sure I can auction it in the future.
Wow.
No. Yeah, I learned about Checky. Checky-chan. Hi. No, because it's the lightest merch, and everyone at the convention trying to avail it. So it's more, yeah, it's more sellable.
Yeah, it is actually a pretty popular thing nowadays, like
Yes.
checkies. But I think one problem that we can all agree upon it is where to find the film.
Yes, it's hard, and it's more
So
since it's
hard.
more in demand. It's more expensive now.
It's more expensive, yes, true.
Double the price, triple.
Double the price, and it's so hard to find nowadays. But I don't know how it is for you, Reese. You also do checkies, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so how, like, now that we're on the topic of like checkies and like merchandise, was it also hard for you to like get stocks? Because like, honestly, I don't know if it's just us, but like we're literally running out of like films here.
I know it's all on back order right now, so you have to order earlier for it to reach you.
Like
at
people
any
work
point.
them and everything.
Yeah. We do. I don't know if people order in bulk, but I do. So
You do? Yeah.
comes in
So
like
there's
a-
where all our socks been.
We hold.
We will buy from her.
I mean,
Yeah. You
There's
guys
an
are gonna have to do
opportunity.
some dealing backstage. So yeah. All right. So yeah. Now that that's settled for the merchandise that you have to strategize on getting into your baggage, is there any advice for those who probably plan to, come to another country in a convention on what you should?
Boothing?
Yeah, for boozing forever, because I'm sure people
Open
here also-
pre-order.
Sorry.
Open
Open
pre-order.
pre-order. Yes, opening pre-order.
It's always good to know what people want and see their interests, and then it's easier for you to pack. And also for us cosplayers, yeah, like deciding on the quantity.
yeah. I'm sorry, I always do that. Chat, did you hear that?
Chet, did you hear that? Okay, so I think we can close that sort of question. So thank you once again. All right, let's move on to the last few questions. This one is more on the culture. So let's talk about the culture on what you've experienced in other countries. So what are some unique do's and don'ts and other cultural things in an overseas convention that you have learned and you find interesting? Well, one of them can be a good example of, yeah, the cashless payment culture is also one of them. But maybe if we're going to lean more onto like country-wise, what makes up a country culturally? Are there any like sort of things that you encountered?
Well, when I went to Thailand, I had a hard time offering my services because, let's be honest, in Thailand it's open there.
Very
open.
Yes.
So if they hear you do this kind of fan service, it's just another thing for them.
Yeah, it's nothing new.
Yeah, it's nothing new.
Nothing new, yeah.
But compare here in the Philippines, if they saw that, if they hear that, it's like, oh, what's that? And you're very curious. It's not often they offer.
That's true, yeah. Because
Yeah.
like in this country, like specifically the Philippines, it's in a more what do you call this? Conservative environment compared to
Yeah.
like places like Thailand, which is
Yeah.
more liberal and free. So that's also, a very difficult thing to
It
place.
was hard to upsell yourself because like it's a new country and I'm not known yet outside the country, so I didn't expect much. However, I learned how do other cosplayers there do their other fan service, and I was able to bring it here. So I was, I'm happy to learn more in different countries about their culture and something that I can bring here in my country as well.
So yeah, that's a really hard thing to encounter, yeah, like on how you market yourself in another country, especially with how they perceive things in particular. So yeah, that's one thing to consider. Do you guys have other experiences?
For me, I want to bring the culture, the Filipino culture. So I want to enjoy every event.
Yes.
Like it's not just an event, but it's a celebration of hobbies,
Yes.
a celebration of people meeting in one place
Yes.
with different fandom, with different things to collect.
Yes.
Ayan. And of course, cosplaying to other events as well. Like some of the events have Beyblade events and other competitions. So I always make sure that I have some time to to stroll around other than boothing as well,
Right.
because I want to get to know the market.
Yes,
So
yes.
other than that, like for example in Indonesia and Malaysia, they're very strict with showing skin. So I make sure when it's my first time in Indonesia, I bring all the costumes that I brought with me are full costumes, like no skin showing.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
in Malaysia also I do the leggings, the black leggings. I wear
Right,
it
yeah.
with my bunny suit.
Yeah, mostly
so-
like anything to really just minimize.
Yeah,
that
and just to
sort of
make sure you are not going the boundaries of each country,
Yeah.
because you need to respect also the rules.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
And you're also going into uncharted water. So the first thing you really have to do is basically respect it. Just
We want to be respected, so we also need to respect.
Yes. And who knows? Maybe in the future they'd have you again because of how much you respected their boundaries and everything. And that's, I think, for me, like it's an essence in itself. So yeah, I think we'll cut off our questions right here. So thank you once again for our few questions. And now we'll be proceeding with our closing question. So this is this has a follow-up question. So what is something you wish you knew when you first started boothing internationally? And can you give it as an advice to someone who is considering to have a booth overseas? Now, I've mentioned this earlier, but aside from what you guys have mentioned for advice for everyone, the floor is yours, guys. Go.
To be honest, I won't sugarcoat it. As a cosplayer who's kinda known here locally,
Yes.
Don't expect much that people will come to you, because once you enter into a new place, it's something you have to sell yourself and let yourself introduce.
Yes.
And if you should not take it personally. That
Yes, yes, yes.
No one bought anything. It's okay.
Yes.
Because it's like starting again. Because locally, it didn't have much fans before.
Yes.
So we always start from there.
Yes.
And you have to introduce yourself. Do not be hurt that no one buy or only a few only. And just be happy.
Yes,
Enjoy that
yes.
you are in that moment and you are learning from others' culture.
Yeah, and I'd like to advocate for that. The essence of everything, like everything that's happening right now, is all for the fun of it and just for everyone's enjoyment. So I completely agree with you on that one. Reese, do you have any sort of sentiments you want to, mention about advice for
I honestly
boozing?
agree. Sometimes you gotta lower some sort of expectations.
Yes,
And
lower the
understand
expectations.
that you are away from your familiar zone. But also to help with that uncertainty, you should make a friend in the country that you're going.
Yeah, just
So
networking.
best part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't make that friend before you
Yes.
go. So if you're safe, you have a person to help you around.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be like a person that knows every single thing. It's just like a moral support.
Yes.
Or
yes.
bring a friend with you from your country. That's great. Just don't do it alone. Sometimes
Yes.
it gets a little too scary.
Yes,
I
it
like
can
that
get a little
advice.
too scary.
Oh, you don't want to go places alone?
Hello.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, it looks like there is more planning about to happen backstage. And yes, Jangan.
Work on your own pace.
Okay.
Ayan. Don't push yourself too hard. But if you want to get that money, go for it.
Yes,
if
get
you
the
want to
money.
try, go for it. Because you will never know if you won't try. So just try and ask for help. It's not bad to ask for help. Everyone needs help. At the same time, a lot of people is willing to reach out their hand for help. So
Yes.
ayun. You have to contact and
Yes.
of course ask help to the organizers themselves or the event itself.
Right. Yeah, so I hope everyone got that. Like, beyond, the intention of fun, you also have to secure your safety and everything. That's of your most important, priority. It's always a priority aside from, having fun and just enjoying the moment. You also have to be safe. So, yeah, I hope for those who are planning to booth, outside of the Philippines or anywhere else aside from just the Philippines, I hope you guys take it into consideration with our tips and tricks from our esteemed panel of speakers. Yes. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
That
guys.
is the truth.
That is the true. Okay, all right, and that's actually all of our questions for today. So I would first like to thank Diane Savandeha, Pomponmi, and Reed for joining us today. Now, before we actually let you guys go, can we invite you for a quick photo op with our audience today?
Sure, to the fullest.
Oh, sure. Now we got that go signal. Let's have our photo op. Okay, just a quick photo op. Yes, turn around. Yeah. Move the camera. Turn around. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah. Camera facing this way. So you guys can crouch if you'd like. If you can. If you can, that's okay. Okay, Kaya. We can. Okay. Okay, so before the photo, we would just like to have we just want to have a quick video with everyone before, yeah, before the photo. Yeah, before the photo, can we have everyone shout at the top of their lungs with all of their heart? Thank you, FanFes 2025. Can we do a little demonstration? 1, 2, 3, and... Wala. Thank you, FanFes 2025. Yeah, can we do a quick demo first? This is not the final take, okay? Just a quick rehearsal, all right? Ready in 3, 2, 1. Thank you,
FanFes 2025.
Okay, now that's just a warm-up. Let's do it even louder this time with our final cut. And if you please on our cue in 3, 2, 1. Thank you, FanFes 2025. All right, just okay. More photo ops, please. Okay, I'll join you guys for a bit. One more smile. Okay, let's give a warm round of applause to our panelists, 𝒂𝒂 𝒂𝒂𝒄𝒕🂂 and Reese. Okay. All right, thank you guys so much to our panelists. You may now proceed off the stage. Listen, ayaw niya na umalis. She doesn't want to leave. No. Yeah, stay here like the whole time. Yeah. Okay. All right, this side, yes. Okay, thank you once again. Let's give a